Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Restructure Network. I'm your host, the Enlightened Excited Eddie V. Joining me is the guy who is guiding us, the one, the only, Greysun Morales from Game Rant. Hello, good sir. Yes.
Hi, Eddie. How are you?
Hi. You are our honorable member of Boss Rush Network. We were at PAX. If you guys get our pictures, Greysun had a amazing interview for Game Rant with Suda51. You must go to GameRant.com and read it. I was reading it and everything, and I was just like, look at Greysun. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So we went to PAX. It's been a week. How did you feel like right after PAX? Like coming home and it's been a week after everything that you have seen, the people you've been around with, like how do you feel?
I did feel tired, first of all, most importantly, because during PAX I'm staying up late like mostly every single night, partying with people because we don't see each other that often, or my industry friends. Whenever I'm here during PAX, some nights we stay up to like 2-3 in the morning. The last night I stayed up the entire night and went to the airport after the bar, or after hanging out at the Westin bar, which was a fun experience. But no, this entire PAX, I think the most important thing for me was making a lot of new connections and networking, and like you mentioned earlier, like meeting. I've met you before, obviously, because you live over here in Chicago, but I met Corey for the first time in the flesh, and Courtney Yikes, and Stephanie Klimov, and everyone. You guys are so freaking nice and kind and cool to hang out with, and I'm so glad I was able to meet you all and have dinner, and I got to do the podcast with you and Corey as well in the media room, which was really fun. Yeah, surprisingly, like meeting you guys and meeting some other people for the first time was honestly the highlight. Like I tell everyone I played one game on the show floor, and that was Shadows of the Damned for my Suda interview. And honestly, there was just nothing else that really piqued my interest. I was just like, I was working in the media room, or I was just hanging out like at my hotel room. Because when I've gone to PAX before, I've had like so many interviews back to back previews.
Yeah.
Had to write a bunch of stuff. So this was one of the first times that I've been able to relax and just kind of do whatever I want. But it was good. I think in terms of like ranking them with other PAXs that I've been to, I think this one was a little bit like underwhelming in terms of like the games that were being shown and they were able to be played on the show floor. It wasn't really anything that exciting for me, but yeah, making the friendships was awesome. It was such a good time. I can't wait till next year.
Yes. Well, I think for us, like definitely for the Boss team, going there for the first time, just well, for a lot of the members, like me and Corey, was our first time doing PAX, and just the way that we schedule things, got to talk to a lot of people. We played a lot of great games, and I think because of last year that the AAA, like first party and third party, was running the industry, like in games that we focused and played, indies felt back. And then just going to PAX and playing a lot of indies was like kind of like, oh, you guys are coming back and you coming back hard. Like, and there were just so much stuff that was there that even genres that don't cater to us as individuals and stuff, we were like, oh, I'm wishlisting this on Steam, or I'm getting this on Switch, I'm getting this on Xbox. And it was just like amazing, definitely for me, just being able to talk to the devs and play their games and talking to the PR people. And I still got some interviews I gotta transcribe to put out for Boss Rush. But it was kind of like I was just super hyped, and it pushed me to be courageous to talk to developers and do interviews, look them in the eye, and uh make them feel like welcome, that we're having a fun interview. And I told Corey, I'm like, man, if it wasn't for podcasting, if it wasn't for doing my 1v1s and stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. Like it takes a lot of courage to go out and do things like that. And like once I started it like scheduling the interviews and actually get into the interviews because I didn't write questions and stuff, like it just felt like I'd rather have a natural conversation, but ask them questions that they definitely could answer that's easy. And then end everything with what's everybody's favorite snack. Like because you don't expect that as for a content creator or anybody, like the favorite snack thing is to like end it on a light and fun ending,
Mhm.
and I think that's something to be like a fun snack. I guess a Snickers bar. Oh, cool. You like? I'm like, what kind? And it's just like, and they know that that creates even a conversation because uh to know somebody's favorite snack, it's just like, oh, they are fun. Oh, they are, you know, uh I won't say regular people, but they are like some cool people.
They're not just game developers. You know, they have like a
Yeah.
life outside of the video game that they're making, and they're getting interviews like this, you know, from media all day long throughout the entire weekend. So I'm sure when they get a question like that, they're kind of like, "Well, I didn't expect that." You know, I'm sure they're getting asked a lot of the same questions over and over.
Yeah,
So
and a lot of them just like, ooh, I had to think about that, and they do think about it. And they give me a great answer, and it's just like, oh, I love that, and definitely just hearing about people's favorite food from their time where they grew up and stuff. It's just fascinating. Even if they got a snack man making the game, like it is so good. Me and Corey talked to Daniel Posner of Finish Line Games about Robots at Midnight. Hopefully, by the time you guys see this, that interview will be up for Boss Rush. And I asked him just like while developing or like what's your go-to snack and everything. And he loves popcorn. He's just like I'm a purist. I cook it
the
on the
stove
stove.
top.
Yes, and I was just like yes. And I followed it up like, did you like caramel cheese like or anything? He just like whatever I make is what I make. I just like that's so cool. And it was just it's great having those conversations. So where I was so hyped for this spec. It was so great to see you. When I once I see you, I was like, Greyson, because I miss you. You know how much I miss you.
Yeah,
And everything.
it was great, and I think also like I haven't interviewed anyone in person in like 4 or 5 years, I think. So like leaving that interview with Suda 51 was really I was just like smiling from ear to ear because even the PR guy that was sort of handling the like ushering in the media to interview him, he told me my questions were really good, and I felt great to hear, and I left just like smiling, like, okay, this is why I'm here, this is why I'm I love my job, I love the chance that I get to, I love the fact that I get the chance to talk to these developers, right? Especially like
Yeah.
Japanese developers that just never really speak too much about the stuff they're working on and are pretty secretive, and you know, um, so it's amazing. It makes me feel so good. I feel like I came back rejuvenated, ready to work hard and write some really good guides, and keep doing the thing. This event also made me realize I need to show my face more and do more in-person events. So I really plan on
Hmm.
like I really want to go to GDC next year, and I really plan on going to Summer Games Fest this summer. I might go to PAX West in the fall. So we'll see.
We're trying to
We'll
hit
see what
PAX
happens.
West. Yeah,
I
we're
know we're
trying to
trying.
hit
We're
PAX
trying.
West. Yeah, so if we get the media thing,
It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome.
uh, yeah, we just gotta find out like, are we gonna do a hotel, Airbnb again? How we're gonna do it and stuff.
I've
Um,
never been to PAX West, so I think it'll be fun.
yeah, that's I going to PAX East was a big adventure for me, big new experience because I've never flown by myself. This was my first
What?
time flying on the airplane by
Alone?
myself.
Really?
Alone. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I thank God for my sister. I love her. She was able to help me get my ticket and everything. Um, and get all of that situation. She and my niece got me to the airport, and once I got in, I was just like, okay, check the bag thing with the app, did all of that, you know, go do security and all of that at O'Hara, and then when I did everything I was supposed to do, trying to find something to eat because I didn't want to do McDonald's or anything.
Mhm.
But I got some breakfast stuff. I actually went to Aunt Annie's pretzel
Oh,
place, and got the
Auntie
cinnamon bites.
whatever.
Yeah, and
So
something to
good.
drink. And I sat there for that was 2 hours or whatever time I needed, just waiting for my playing Switch. And it was just like, this is going to be an adventure, and it sure was and everything. And then leaving packs with Corey and Courtney, or Cordy, I should say, and Corey. Uh, that was just like leaving the team was just like, I'm like, I want to be with you guys again. Like, I need another week with you guys, just having fun and everything. And you
Yeah.
know, getting to the airport, like, it was hard leaving, cause Corey left before. I mean, me, Corey, and Cordy, we all went in the same car. We went to his terminal first, cause he was
Mm.
leaving first, and
You had
you
to
know,
say goodbye.
we had to say goodbye, and it was so hard seeing it. We literally watched them go
Oh,
until he went in. We couldn't see anymore. Then me and Cordy left, and went to ours. We actually got something to eat, and then she left so she could catch her plane. And then I left to catch my plane, and it was just it was so sad leaving everybody and everything, and it was and we just realized that, you know, after 7+ years, we got to this point of doing something, and hopefully we can continue more to do it. But it was just like, who knew that this would turn out? This is a big, to me personally, this is a big thing for Boss Rush. Like, if nothing else happens, PAX East was probably the biggest thing to happen to Boss Rush. And you know, just seeing the people, meeting Kim Chica, who is just everything. Like, she's just everything that we love. Meeting Lala. I didn't get to talk to Lala for Tokyo Productions. And hopefully I see her next time, and like, be able to talk to her. Happy that Pat got to talk to her. And just meeting like level one gaming. Uh Corey got to meet Major Nelson and the Iron Lords and everything. It was just so exciting meeting all these people. Then I got to meet some of my Twitter friends and stuff and podcasters, and I was just so happy to see them. It was just amazing. And then finally getting to meet Cam Hawkins. I love Cam. I met him, and he's so cool. And I know he was working this stuff, and I hope I wasn't an annoyance. Uh, but I told him I'm ready to pre-order the Kingdom Hearts book. But I apologize to him personally for uh the Sora questions debate about him being a Smash. But Cam Hawkins is so cool. Like, he's
it's
so
a
down to
very
earth.
very cool guy.
Yeah. uh Jared Green was there, uh from Irrational Passion. He also
Mm.
writes some stuff. I didn't get to meet him, and I'm so mad. I wanted to meet Jared because his comedy is everything. His Twitter comments is so good. But hopefully I can meet him next year. Hopefully we're able to do packs and stuff. But yeah, it we took a break, like right after PAX, but I had to work 7 straight days. So this is my first day
Ooh,
off, literally after PAX and stuff.
wow.
Um, so
You have not had a break.
oh goodness, it was so needed. uh, but yeah, we all were feeling just like we miss each other. Uh, because of PAX.
This is the first time that like the most of you have been together in one place,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
right.
So yeah, so I met Pat. I met Corey because I went down to his
Ohio.
city, in his first apartment, and we were getting the Super Nintendo mini.
Oh,
So
when those
and
originally came out,
when it originally came out, yeah,
like so
because I
long
had the
ago.
right, because I had the connections at Toys R Us. I found out from their store, their latest Toys R Us, to see how many they will have. So I text Corey, be like, okay, I'm coming down. We can be able to get it because they have this many. No one knew. I can tell the story now. No one knew that I did that or anything. But it was kind of the perks of working at Toys. And
For
I
sure.
told Corey, I was just like, so we went in line, we waited, We was able to get in, and we both each got our Super Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo Mini, and everything. And so we're leaving and everything, and we kind of went to different places, hung out. We talked about it because we played it. Um, and somebody was just like, "Man, I can't find a Mini nowhere." I was just like, "Have you tried Toys R Us?" And he just like, "That would be the last place I would ever think of. Let me
For
go straight
sure.
right there." And I think they was able to go get one. So yeah. So I met Corey, and then like I said, Pat and Stephanie. Stephanie actually I met here because she came down to Wisconsin, and that's when I
Mhm.
first met Stephanie. Um and everything. But uh David, Mary, and
Courtney.
Cordy is
Courtney.
who I was my first side meeting, and I met
That's
Cordy when she came.
crazy.
Yeah, and I met Cordy when she came to the when she flew into our to the airport because I was flying in first, um, and then she came, and then Corey and Pat came later that night and everything, and I was super happy to see Corey. Uh,
Aw.
I was upstairs in the room, just like unpacking and get stuff, and I hear the door open and everything, and they're talking. And I hear Corey said, "Hey, where's Ed?" I came downstairs. I'm like, "Bro, him!" He's just like Ed, and of course we embrace and everything. And okay, so and then we're gonna get on with the show, everybody. He's just like, "I brought you something," and I told him I brought him something. Uh, so when like I said, I went to go see Corey when the Super NES mini release. I had bought my Switch and I had bought the Joy-Con holder uh that turns it into that square controller and everything.
Yeah, the grip.
I accidentally left it at his house. So for the last umpteen years, it has been with Corey.
Jeez.
And Corey just moved, so he still had my thing. So when I got there, he's just like, "Ed, here you go," and he presented my Joy-Con holder, and I was just like, "Oh, I got something for you." I gave him my Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom Pro controller.
Whoa.
It has not been used. It has not been touched. It's been in the box ever since
Why didn't you
brought it.
open it?
Huh?
Why didn't you open it?
I I was just gonna hold on to it because it was just
Okay.
like in case if I ever see Corey and I know I could send
Mhm.
this to him, he'll have one because he wanted the controller more. I just got it because A, I had the money. B, I was
Okay.
getting everything because I knew people weren't gonna buy it up in Wisconsin, so I was able to get my Pro controller and Zelda Switch. So I still have my Zelda Switch in the box and everything.
I'm surprised
Uh
that Corey didn't have the controller already.
yeah, he tried to find it at all the places and everything. He couldn't find it. So we had talked about it before we had packs and stuff. So I took it out the box and everything because I'm just like, I don't know what security gonna think about this, so I'll just put it in here. I'm surrounded with my clothes, and we got when he came in and we presented our stuff, I gave him the controller and everything. So now he has the Tears of the Kingdom controller, uh, and everything. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, but everybody, we got some housekeeping to do. You guys could check us out on our website and on YouTube and on Patreon. If you want to support us, if you want to support Nintendo Pow Block and the Boss Rush Network, you can head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can get our supplemental show, Expansion Pass, 2 weeks early, and ad free, and other perks like early access to other podcasts, voting rights, and more at the tier that's right for you. Again, that's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. So everybody, at this time, we're going to get into Snacktendo! Grayson, what have you been
Uh,
snacking on? And giving everybody a warning, Grayson might mention a adult beverage that our good friend Kenchika recommended. I need to. Oh, you got
that's what
it!
I'm drinking right now. Yeah, I made another one.
Oh, okay. Go.
So I can talk about it right now.
Yes.
I'm looking up the indie game that she based it on real quick, so I can give an apt description. But so during PAX, there was a panel from Brendan Groom, who runs the Pasta Controller podcast, which is also a website, and they had a panel about cocktails, and there was people on the panel that had specific cocktails that were based on different games that they really liked. So Kimchika, who Ed mentioned earlier, is Jenny Wyndham. I think that's her regular name, right?
Yeah.
She deals with the Wholesome Games podcast. I think she deals with some PR stuff. But she has a
Yes.
drink called like In Stars and Time tequila, which I'm drinking right now, which is based on an indie game called In Stars and Time, which I haven't played before, but it's like a time loop kind of like pixel RPG. I think it's supposed to be like Undertale or something.
Oh, cool.
Um, but this is tequila, peach liqueur, coconut water, lemon and lime juice, and it's supposed to be topped with like blackberries to make like a cool effect. But I ran out of blackberries, so it's fine. It's mostly for looks. But I bought all that stuff this weekend to make it, and it's delicious.
Is it got like
Um,
a sweet sour kind of taste to it?
it's more sour than sweet. I did actually add a little bit of simple syrup to the second one
Mhm.
that I made. 'Cause I think the first time it was a little bit, it wasn't strong, but there's not a lot of sugar in it, so it did taste a little like tart. That lemon and
Okay.
lime juice, and I use like fresh lemon and lime juice. You can really like taste it.
Yeah.
Um, and but it's really good. And the coconut water is nice and refreshing. So you have the tequila, you're getting hydrated. It's perfect. Um, I forget that snack tendo is a thing, so I'm trying to think of another like actual snack that I've been eating, but I don't know. I can't really think of anything. So maybe the alcohol has to take the spot.
Oh, that's
I
all
don't
right.
know.
That's good. That's
Half sour
good.
gummy worms. I think I've talked about that before. That's like my one weakness, the sour candy.
Ah,
Um,
nice.
yeah. How about you?
They're bringing out a lot of blue raspberry lemonade sour candies, like sour patches and stuff. I'm like, oh,
See, I'm more of a sour gummy worm, like the troll. I forgot what the brand is.
yeah, trolley,
Troll, Charlie. Oh yeah, Charlie.
trolley,
Yeah,
yeah,
so good.
yeah. Well, for me, today I got a nacho burger from Wendy's. I've never had one. This is my first time, and I was just like, oh, I'm about to ruin my stomach because this is gonna be spicy. Oh, it says that the jalapenos are in the bread. I'm like,
In the
but it's an
bread.
yeah.
What?
But it was a good burger. It wasn't too spicy. The nacho cheese was good. Um, I yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's something I wouldn't order, but my eyes just went to number 8, so just like okay, I'll take this and everything. Really delicious. Topped it off with a good sprite, so that made it even hotter. I forgot when I eat hot, spicy stuff not to drink anything with acid in it. So
Oof.
soda is really just a no. Should have got some juice, but
Gotta have some milk.
alas, yeah, I should have got a frosty. That's what I should have got, or a milkshake there. Um, and one of my friends, Spike, I think he covered there's a peach cream frosty in his area for Wendy's. And so I'm like, ooh, I hope they bring that here. I gotta ask them, is it just a
Peach
local
cream.
thing? Yeah.
Maybe
Because
they're
that sounds
testing it out in some
right.
markets or
Yeah.
something.
Um for people who don't know, I had some apple, like the little hosties cake, pie cakes where they
Yeah.
have the crust and the filling in it. Uh, I got some like 7-Eleven or some kind of brand from a speedway in Boston. And so I had a Boston cream. Hi JV. Uh I had a
Said hi.
Boston cream, um, and I have a lemon one, and they were really, really good. I still got my apple that I need to eat, which I will eat. Everybody, they're still good though. Um, I
An apple
finally
from
had my
Austin.
yeah. So I still got my cat. I have my Cadbury egg. Finally, because I didn't get to have one yet. Um, and then icebreakers have this thing called golden pineapple, mints kind of thing or hard candy, and they are good.
Mm.
And they they're it's pure pineapple. Like the taste is pure pineapple. It's really smooth. Don't have an aftertaste. It's not like minty or anything. It just melts in your mouth perfectly. It's so good. It's just I don't know if it's limited time. I think it is. But we just brought it out and it's delicious. I got some. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy these. I'm gonna enjoy these real good. I am.
I
So
need to try out more new candies. Be more experimentative.
yeah, I haven't been up to Kenosha,
Experimental.
so I haven't been a chance to at Woodman's to go check out their snacks and stuff. But hopefully soon I will and everything. Um and then I've been just drinking Arizona's, like the watermelon flavor
Old
Arizona's.
school.
Dude, I for the last ever since no for the last month that's all I've been drinking. I've been getting it the two for $2 and just gulping them just like ooh
So they
just
still
so
do cost
refreshing.
$1.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess. You buy
Well,
the two of them.
so the cans are 99 cents.
Oh,
The
I think
plastic
you're talking about those
bottles,
big cans are like
yeah.
20 something ounces.
Yeah, and see, we don't sell the watermelon flavor in the cans.
Ah,
We only sell them in the plastic. So I was just like, and we don't even sell the fruit punch. We sell like lemonade and raspberry tea and all this tea stuff for the cans. I'm like, the only flavor there is mango. And that's just like, okay, that's fine. But I don't want to
yeah.
be walking around the store looking like I'm carrying a 40 or something. So, I'm just like, yeah. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've been snacking on. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.
And with that, everybody, it's time for Play with Power. Grayson, what have you been playing with Power? And
Oh,
if there's a game that you can't speak of, we understand.
oh no, no, I'm not playing anything right now that hasn't come out yet. Um, since this is a Nintendo show, I guess I have put in some time into Princess Peach Showtime,
Oh,
but
nice.
I definitely have not played enough of it. I think I've probably put in like 2 hours at the most. I did play the demo, which has those two levels. One of them has the I think patisserie peach, which is
Yeah.
like the baking peach levels where you have to bake cakes and stuff. And then they give you the sword
Yes.
fighter peach, which is the first, the basic sword fighting, whatever. Which is fine. And then I had the full game now. I'm renting it from GameFly actually. I didn't want to buy
Nice.
it just yet. And I played maybe 3 or 4 more levels. I tried the ice skating power up. I did one of the ninja ones, and I feel like I did one of the cowboy ones. I don't remember. I'm not sure if you played much of the full game yet,
I
but
haven't bought it yet. I
okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna order it and pick it up and from Best Buy tomorrow or
Yeah,
tonight,
so
I
it,
should say.
it's a fun game. It's definitely like on par with the Yoshi's, those kind of games where it's very low key, very easy, kind of centered around, I think, focused towards children instead of like adults. There isn't a lot of
Hmm.
challenge there. It just seems like one of those games I'm gonna kind of play, one level a day maybe while I'm just like chilling on the couch and my boyfriend's watching TV or playing a different game or something. I just want to like zone out and just shut my brain off for a little bit. it's not one of those games where I want to keep playing for like hours and hours, like something intense like Zelda or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I like it. It's chill. It's fun. It has some issues like the frame rate kind of sucks. The sound
Yeah.
quality is a little bit weird. It just there are like some times where I feel the game feels like a little cheap, like not as polished as like other Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But no, it's fine. If you play the demo, I feel like that's a pretty good representation of the full game, like from what I've played so far.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I think that game gonna get a patch because that frame rate has some issues.
I mean, we've seen Nintendo not worry about patches for frame rate stuff before, so I don't think this game will ever get another update. To be
Well, I
honest,
don't even think it got one yet.
no, yeah, what to say? I don't think it's even got one in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
Um, you could talk about other consoles too. There's
but yeah, I mean, when I'm at that's pretty much the only game I've been playing on my Switch. Oh no, I actually started playing No More Heroes 2 again because my Suda
nice.
my Suda 51 interview. I just kind of got like inspiration, and I just wanted to replay this game, so I re-downloaded No More Heroes 2 on my Switch. I think I did it like at the airport actually when I was leaving Boston,
Uh,
and I'm like pretty far through the game now. I'm like a couple hours in, which is random because I'm playing Dragon Dogma 2, which is taking up a lot of time, but somehow I'm like squeezing this game in there. And I'm just replaying it, and I haven't played this game in such a long time. So, I'm finding new things. I'm like, oh, I don't remember these bosses at all. I don't remember this section at all. Definitely a weird game still.
yeah.
A weird series. And my boyfriend has been watching me play some levels. He's like, "This is the game you were interviewing this guy about." I'm like, "Not this game, but the series, yes." And he's like, "Looks bad." I'm like, "It has its positives. Okay, it's fine." Because it is very weird. Like there's a boss I'm doing right now that I've been stuck on, where you're literally just like you're riding your motorcycle and you're trying to like knock each other off a ring, like Mario Party style, and like crash
Yeah.
into each other, and it's
Yeah.
just like so bad. But it's just like makes me laugh. It's so funny and quirky, and off the wall and weird. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. But yeah, Dragon Dogma 2, which has been like my main game for the past few weeks, has just been I've been obsessed with it. I love it so much. It's like probably my favorite game I played so far this year. I wish I had it on my Switch. 'Cause I just want to like play at night and just like get lost in it for hours and hours and hours. Um, Really good fantasy open world RPG that doesn't have a lot of like modern. I don't know how to say modern advancements. Like there's not a lot of
Hmm.
fast travel. Like you're traveling everywhere. You're walking on every quest, taking a long time to do certain things. But because of that, it kind of engrosses me a little bit, like really gets me like deep into the game and the world, and I feel so like attached to it. If there was like normal fast travel, I feel like I wouldn't be into it as much because you're just kind of like going from place to place to place to place, not really sinking, like letting the world sink in.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's happening with this game. I really like it. Like I'm taking my time with it. I'm doing a lot of side quests. I think I'm like 20, 25 hours in. Um, but man, it's so much fun. It feels like the perfect silly open world fantasy RPG where you really don't have to like be so I don't know involved with your equipment and stuff. Like it's not
Hmm.
difficult. It's not a Soulsborne or anything like that. So you're not going to die all the time. But it's just fun. Like the quests are really fun. Your pawns are really funny. Like they say quirky and funny things. Um, I just love how silly the quests can get. The combat's really fun. You can change around your classes really easily and try out new techniques. And yeah, it's a great game. Like I can't say any more good about it. Um, Go play it.
Nice. It seems that right now, for big games on their current gen consoles, it has been Dragon's Dogma and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah,
And then for Switch, it's been like Princess Peach. And it's kind of been quiet on the Nintendo side for things. Um, I mean, Balatro, that card game, has been a big thing on Switch, and
yeah.
Unicorn Overlord has also been a big thing for Switch. But like Nintendo has kind of been like a little bit quiet right now. I know the Touch Detective 3 Plus came out, and I gotta try to order a copy of that. Um and everything. That was a mystery game that was on the DS. Just released, like it came out of nowhere on Switch. I knew the game was coming, but I didn't know it had a release
I
date
didn't
like
even
that.
hear about that one. I think I played one of those on the DS actually.
I played the second one. I
Yeah.
didn't play the first one. Yeah.
Oh, I have. I definitely played maybe the first one or second one or something.
Yes. So, but those kind of like the kind of mid, um, the games that people have been playing and stuff. But for me, I'm gonna start with my Xbox stuff. Dude, I got back into Far Cry 3 for Series X.
What?
Yeah, I'm playing Far.
2024? What is
Yeah,
happening?
I beat it on PlayStation 4. I mean PlayStation 3. That was my first Far Cry game that I played and beat was
Yeah,
3.
I was gonna quickly mention that Far Cry 3 is my the only not only the only Far Cry game, the only Far Cry game I've beaten. It's the only one I've played. I think. I don't know why Far Cry 3 had such an effect
I think it's
on us, but I
because
really liked it.
it's a great story. Um and just doing all those activities and stuff. Something about it feels organic. Where four is just like 4 and 5 feels like they was trying. I got 6, but I need to go back into 6 and just like mainline that game and stuff.
I can only take so much of the Ubisoft, the formula. But so
Yeah.
you're playing it. So you're playing it for the second time? No.
Yes. So this is my second time playing it through, and it's because I'm playing on Series X. It plays a little bit better, because of the frame rate. It feels smoother and everything. I still got some stuttering because of the cut scenes. That 30 frames per second kind of cut scene feel to it, but like I'm loving, taking over the camps and easily going to the towers and stuff like that. So I definitely been enjoying it. Because I don't know what I'm going to get. Um I know Hellblade 2 will be the game that I need to get in May for Series
Yeah.
X. But I'm trying to catch up on a lot of stuff that I have for my Xbox and try to run through those games and like end up and like finish them and beat them. Like I may have to go through the Resident Evil games and put them on easy so I could just beat them and everything. These remakes and stuff. And the only
Mm.
reason why I'm playing on easy is because I've already beaten the original versions of those games. So it's just, um,
Yeah, you just want to experience it for yourself, get to the end without, dying or beating your head against the wall, having to lift
yeah,
stuff up. You just want to like have a nice experience.
yeah. And then I got Tales of Symphonia on Xbox. That would think that was like only $20 or $15, and hopefully that runs okay.
Hmm.
Not saying that the
Is that the
Switch
is that the
version.
remastered one that came out recently?
Yeah, it's the remastered one. It had issues on all the systems that it came out
I
of.
remember. Yeah.
Um and everything. Because the one, like I said, that the one that they're using is the PS3 version, or the PS2 version, and not the GameCube version, where it
Mm.
was easier to get through. Um but for Switch, I am playing Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies.
Oh, nice.
I'm playing that one. Kind of wrapping up the trilogy. Little Noah, Socians of Paradise. It's like a 2D roguelike kind of game. Where you're this girl, you're trying to get parts for your ship. Uh, I am playing this roguelike cowboy shooter called Dust and Neon. Um, and shout out to Nindy Nation for this recommendation. He definitely enjoyed it. I think it was in his top 10 list, and so I was just like, okay, I'll play that and pick it up. So I ain't playing that. If you guys heard a noise, that's Corey. Shout out to Corey. He had some recording to do today, so we weren't able to record with them. Uh, uh Playing Contra 2 Super C, trying to get through that all the way. I haven't picked up Contra Operation Galaga yet. Um because I've been waiting for update for the Switch version. Once they release it and everything, and then I'll pick it up and buy it.
Yeah, I forgot that
For it.
came out.
Yeah, I haven't pick up that Penny's Adventure. I haven't picked that up for Switch yet
Oh yeah,
because
Penny's Big
yeah,
Breakaway. You mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
that has some issues. So I think that is released, so now I could get it. I've been playing Simon's Quest 2 for just for fun. I actually started Simon's Quest 2 Castlevania when I was going to Boston. So that was my game that I was playing and everything.
That's all
Uh
on Switch, the Virtual Console or something.
yeah, it's the Castlevania Anniversary
The
Collection.
collection. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so Konami has the digital limited run, was selling the physical version. Which also everybody, I gotta mention, I did pick up Castle Crashers Remastered at PAX and
Mm.
Persona 3 on
Ooh,
the Persona 3, not the not the reloaded one, not the one that just came out for
dice.
Xbox, but the that
FPS.
PSP one that they put on Switch and Xbox, like that one.
Oh, portable.
Yeah,
Persona 3 portable.
yeah. So I got that for Switch also.
Oh,
Harmony the Fall of Revere, I'm started up playing, um, which is I gotta play a little bit more of. I'm just like starting the story and everything, and then I was playing some Cuphead, on Switch. Getting just playing a little bit of that. I still need to be Cuphead on
yeah. I
Xbox
never beat it
and
either. I never beat it, but I love that game so much.
yes. So pretty much that's what I've been playing. I just finished Mar- uh Mash and Muscle on Funimation or Crunchyroll I should say. It's a kind of and it's an anime. They just wrapped up season 2 and it's about this person in this world. Well, this world people could use magic, but Mosh he's not able to use magic, but he has like he's trained so he has muscles of strength, and there's something special about him. Like he could float up in the air because he's running. He's moving his legs back and forth. Um, he can't use a wand, but he has an iron wand because he's that strong and everything. It's funny, but it's
That's
action
cool.
packed. It's really really good, and he has the taste for cream puffs. Uh, so
Okay.
there's an episode that because he's this one man, this policeman, wants him to get into this magic school and everything. If he, so that his father doesn't get killed and everything. So they kind of make a deal. The first episode explains it, and there's a point where all the kids gotta grab this horn of this animal, and the animal will read everybody's thoughts and stuff and place them in what school and what class and stuff they'll be in. So Mosh grabs it, and because he's too strong, it's like he's almost breaking the bone in the animal. So the animal's thinking, trying to figure it out, but the thing about it is the only thing that's on Mosh's brain is cream puffs. So the animal can't tell and everything. And it's completely funny. If everybody watches, you'd be like, "What the world?" So yeah. So
It's on Crunchyroll.
huh?
It's
Yeah,
on
it's on
Crunchyroll
Crunchyroll.
stuff.
Yeah, I actually joined Crunchyroll just to see this anime, and then I was just like, you know what? Let me get into this. Let me see what other anime they have out there, and they have a lot of good
Yeah.
ones and stuff. And it's just something. They got my one anime that I love, Fighting Spirit, on there, so I need to sit down and watch it. It's a boxing anime, and it's so good. It's my
Mm.
first it was my first DVD anime collection that I had uh for my DVD player. So yeah.
The main character looks like Little Mac, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, listen to season 2 theme song. Just the intro to the show. You're going to be like, Oh, this is a banger.
Yeah.
This is a low dropper right now. It's really, really good. Uh, but
I'll check it
everybody,
out.
that's what we've been playing with Power. We're going to get into Femi News. Yeah. And everybody, it's not all good Femi News, but we're going to try to make the best of it. So our first story, all our stories come from Nintendo Life. So shout out to the people at Nintendo Life for the news. Thunderfall sells publisher head up for £500, £500,000 after acquiring the studio for $11 million. And this is the story. Thunderfall Group is once again back in the news today as it has been reported that the studio is selling Pumpkin Jack publisher Head Up at a fraction of what it was brought up for back in 2021. Word of the sale comes to us from GameIndustry.biz, which reports that Thunderfall has sold the publisher for £500,000, quite the drop from the £11 million it spent to acquire the company just 3 years ago. The studio has been repurchased by its founder and CEO, Dieter Scholler, via Microcuts Holding. Incidentally, Scroller is the vice president of the production at Thunderfall. Talk about keeping your friends close, eh? The deal has now been completed between Head Up and Thunderfall, though it is still dependent on the transfer of Studio Fizbin to Thunderfall, acquired via Head Up last year. The rewriting of three IP related contracts and shareholder approval before it is fully finalized. While Head Up will reclaim its back catalog of games as well as those currently in development, the sale agreement states that Thunderfall is still to receive a share of up to £300,000 on an as yet unannounced title from the studios. All of this comes as a part of Thunderfall's restructuring program, which was announced in January of this year and is set to affect 20% of its workforce.
Hmm.
Um, and the reason why I include the story because Thunderfall has a distribution deal with Nintendo in the UK. So, um,
Interesting.
yeah, Thunderfall is coming. It's kind of, you know, coming in the news recently.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
know much about them. I know that Image and Form ended up um, getting acquired, I think, by Thunderful Group or something.
yes,
Or Image and Form kind of like just got incorporated into the whole company. But I
yes,
know they do the Steamroll games, which are like were really big on the on Nintendo platforms like the Switch and the 3DS and the Wii and stuff. Oh, Wii U.
yes.
I've never played any of them before, um, but I know they're really good. So I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's interesting to see that because I'm like, how do you sell a publisher? Um,
yeah, I was very confused.
yeah, and my assumption is I think that I wonder if Thunderful is just a publisher, and developer, like they're two in one. That's my assumption because if they're publishing some of the Nintendo games in the UK, uh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, because it says here Thunderful Group is just a public, it's just a company, but they've acquired publishers before, like Heads Up, which is weird, or Head Up. Um, so I guess Thunderful was a collaboration between Zoink and Image and Form, so they just became one big company together.
Yes. So, well, we're gonna move on to the next one because this kind of caused some discussion and upset and concern. Nintendo of America restructuring testing department, over 100 contractor jobs reported eliminated. Um, In the States, it's been a difficult start for the video game industry this year, and now, according to Kotaku senior reporter Ethan Gotch, Nintendo of America has massively downsized its small army of contractors responsible for testing games and hardware. In an official statement, a Nintendo spokesman confirmed this change would involve some contractor assignments ending, as well as the creation of a significant number of new full-time employee positions. Nintendo's American branch will also provide support to the contractors' agencies during this period. While Nintendo does not specifically mention how many employees have been impacted, according to Kotaku's sources, 4 current and 4 employees, the restructure may affect over 100 contractors, and most of those being converted to full time status appear to be getting moved out of software testing. On social media, Gotch claims roughly 120 contractor positions have been eliminated and mentions how Nintendo wants to eternally message this as a move to better integrate testing across its offices rather than as a cost cutting measure. The same report says the restructure does not appear to impact existing full-time employees in a way. It suggests there's been a lull in the testing department in recent times, with supposedly no major first-party gains in the testing pipeline. This latest industry news follows on from the mass layoffs and restructures at Xbox and PlayStation in recent months. Various other publishers, developers, and even indies have also experienced some changes. So Grayson, I want to ask you this question because there are people in the industry that you have retweeted, to show like they announced that they got laid off, and you've been
Yeah.
retweeting them to show people like, hey, if you guys are looking for some person, check this guy out. And I don't know if you know them personally or if it's just someone in the industry that you want to highlight and stuff. You've been doing a fantastic job of just like getting the word out there for people to check out. What are your thoughts when it comes to contractors? Like, what are your thoughts about this story?
So this is a lot because obviously I think someone can read this story and immediately throw it into the other stories about people getting laid off from Xbox and PlayStation and all these companies that have had like massive restructuring. The thing is, like with these contractors, they know when their contract is going to end.
Mm-hmm.
These contract positions are timed, so this isn't like the same as a big layoff. Nintendo isn't announcing that they're laying off people. I think they're just announcing that these contractors are going to be gone, but they're not going to hire any more right now, right? I don't think they're
Yes.
going to be bringing back other contractors. And it's obvious, like we know that the Switch 2 is eventually coming in the next probably year or so. We know that Nintendo's first party lineup has been lacking and is going to be lacking for the next year or so until they roll out this console. Like we're getting a lot of ports, we're getting a lot of remasters. Obviously, the testing department is going to have a lot of less work to do, right? Because they're not
Yes.
putting out a Mario Odyssey 2 this year. They're not putting out a new Zelda game this year, unless it's like a smaller scale thing. These contracts are going to end, and it sucks that these people are going to be gone. But it's like as contractors, there's not much you can really do about keeping your position with the company. I think it's great that some of them are getting promoted to full time. Obviously, it's like we want more full time employees in the industry, but yeah, I just think I don't know. It's not much of a. I'm not gonna say it's not like an interesting story, but it is. It is telling. I think it does show that Nintendo does plan on massively shifting their plans with their games, and we know that's coming because there's a new console on the way. So
Yes.
I don't
Um,
know. Yeah.
and I don't think it's like a big kind of like overshutting a whole developer down or we're releasing 45% of our staff at the developers and people getting upset and stuff. You know, um, these are just contractual people or hires, I should say. And so it is on a contract based thing, and if they sign that contract that Nintendo offered them, it's different having, I won't say upset, but it gives a different opinion about speaking about the mass layoffs that have been going in the gaming industry and everything. Like if they laid off half of, let's just say, BioWare,
Yeah.
and everything. Everybody would be upset about that because they did something like this to maybe steal to some people one of their favorite companies and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and everything. But like if Bioware had contractors and it was and those contracts was up and they had to let them go because they don't got nothing else for them, it wouldn't be such a upset about it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not like as big of a news story as like PlayStation lays off, 10% of its staff.
Right.
These people were definitely not laid off. I think something the post mentioned something about Nintendo is planning on helping them with severance packages and things like that, which I'm sure those are practices that they employ even in normal, when a contract ends, I'm sure they still get these benefits. Um, yeah, like I said, there's definitely just a lull right now. So I'm sure the contractors will have more work once another console is coming and Nintendo's like ready to push out a bunch of more first party stuff,
Yeah.
right?
So, um, yeah, I'm glad that you know it wasn't such a upset, but it is sad to see those contractors, you know,
Yeah,
leaving. I would say being released early, due to what Nintendo's plans are. But if Nintendo don't got no work for them, then there's no need to like kind of keep them. Uh, and stuff.
yep, that's the games industry for you. There's always going to be good times and there's going to be bad times. Like we see these studios hire so many people for these big new projects. The project comes
Mm-hmm.
out, it does bad, it does good. You end up losing so many of those people that worked on the game, right? Because they don't need that much staff anymore. It's like you work on this big project and then you get tossed aside, or you get to stay on for the next project if you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this sucks. I wish there was a lot of work for these people. I wish Nintendo, had more things for them to do. That always sucks when people have to kind of like have to lose a job and have to find something else. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, sadly, there's more layoff news. Sega sells Relic Entertainment and announces
uh,
layoffs across multiple teams. 240 jobs will be cut. And the story goes, Sega has announced that it has sold Relic Entertainment to a unspecific investor and will cut a total of 240 jobs across multiple teams in Europe. As reported by IGN, the job losses will be split across Sega Europe, Creative Assemblies, and Sega Hardlight. It's reported that the latter will be the least affected, with the majority of layoffs hitting Sega Europe and Creative Assembly. Meanwhile, Relic Entertainment will effectively become an independent run studio with support from the external investor. Jurgen Post, the recently appointed head of Sega Europe, sent an email to staff to notify of the changes, and he stated the following. I want to sincerely apologize for the worry and understandable distress this news will cause, particularly for those directly affected. These decisions have been incredibly tough to make, and they follow meticulous considerations and deliberations with leadership teams across the business. Changes necessary to secure the future of our games business is to ensure that we are well placed to deliver the best possible experiences to our players going forward. We need to streamline, focus on what we are good at, and position ourselves as best as we can for the road ahead. In order to do that, we need to respond to the changing economic landscape and the challenges we're facing in the way we develop our products and bring them to market. Post also apologized if staff found out about the layoffs via social media due to the company's legal obligation to notify the Tokyo Stock Exchange first. Post stated, due to the nature of this announcement and our legal obligations in Japan, we were unable to share any details with you until now. This is far from ideal and means some of you may have read about this in the media or via social networks before seeing this email. If that is the case, I'm sorry. The news is the latest in a string of layoffs hitting the games industry, with Sega America cutting 61 jobs back in March of this year. Other companies reporting layoffs include the likes of Microsoft, Embracer Group, Telltale Games, and more. Just recently, and then just we they talk about the story we just talked about. Yeah, so he even has hit Sega. Um, The
More
weird
sad
thing,
news.
the weird thing is, why would Creative Assembly and Sega of Europe be affected if they just sold um Relic like entertainment? That's weird that other developers got laid off.
I don't know. I'm trying to look up Creative Assembly. Are they just owned by Sega? Yeah, they are owned by Sega. So you're saying what, that they're not being affected as much as Relic is? Well, Relic's
Uh,
just being sold. Like they just literally just sold it.
yeah, so the one that is not being affected the most is pretty much Sega Hardlight. That one is not being
Or
affected,
like,
but Sega Europe and Creative Assembly are getting hit the hardest.
oof.
So
That's crazy that Relic is just like, yeah, we're just being sold to some unnamed investor now. We're not, Sega's not hanging out with us anymore. um, and that's sad. And I imagine it's because of the games they're working on. Like Relic Entertainment is not like the biggest developer out there, right? Like they
yeah,
do the Company of Heroes series and they've done like Age of Empires, but those games aren't like, you know, they're not making so much freaking money and like the talk of the town, top of Twitch, top of Steam. Um, so I guess Sega just felt like they had to let them go. And they're like, hey, we bought you guys. I think Sega acquired Relic like during a THQ thing, like maybe 10 years ago or something.
yeah,
Um, so it sucks that they had all those years and they had these games, and now they have to like learn via social media that their jobs are being cut, or they're like losing their careers and not being told from like their upper management or anything.
and for people who forgot that Sega merged with Sammy, um, so they could keep their business going. And I think the side of Semi, they probably had more decisions, more business handling of the situation than I think Sega. That's why, just to let everybody know, that's why was purchased from Sega, is because they had merged with Semi. Um,
Mm.
and everything. It's a fascinating story because we just do when the world found out that Sega brought Atlas, we almost like, wait, what? The company that almost filed for bankruptcy, brought Atlas, the one who had
I
to
don't
decide
know.
to stop doing hardware so they can just focus on software and make business. Sega, yeah, that company. No shade to Sega, but that's part of their history.
Yeah,
So
and I was reading this IGN article, and like they mentioned that last year Sega Europe laid off 100 employees from Relic already. So I think and I'm sure the employees there saw that and were like, "Dang, we're probably not gonna be here for that long."
yeah,
And then Sega also canceled this multiplayer shooter that Creative Assembly was making last year as well. So Sega's just
yeah.
kind of canceling everything. And then the last Total Assembly DLC was for Total War, which came out and didn't really do that well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Sega
it's like
was
if you're not making like freaking 5 or 10 million copies on this stuff these days, I just feel like it's not worth having these companies. Like you have these big developers or publishers that are buying all these companies, like Microsoft and stuff, and then years pass, and then they realize that, hey, maybe we shouldn't have spent all this money on these
well,
developers. But
Sega was going to get into the live service kind of thing, and uh, that didn't work for him. Like Fantasy Star Online is like literally the only game that's really working for him, for like a
yeah,
live service kind of game. But anything else out of that, definitely when a lot of people were going the live service route, it wasn't being successful, like Destiny has or anything.
no.
So just like, yeah, we're gonna take a hit on this and cancel this project. So
Yeah, Sega. Besides like the Persona series and Sonic, I feel like Sega doesn't really have any. I know they're trying to like bring back their old IPs like Crazy Taxi and Jet
mhm.
Set and things like that. But even then, those aren't gonna sell millions of copies. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I
I
feel like
mean,
Sega's always been that middleman. They're like, I mean, I wouldn't even say middleman, but like kind of in the bottom tier where they're just kind of putting out games that aren't really, I don't know, they're not really shaping the industry. They're not really doing anything that new or exciting or getting great reviews. They're kind of just like in the middle. Besides like Persona stuff, which is I think doing fantastic.
And
You
Streets
know?
of Rage 4 was a big hit for Sega, and
Yeah, that's true. That was a
you
good one.
know,
But
and
also that was like what 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
yes, and the Sonic game was the last Sonic game was kind of good for him. The one that came out for Switch,
Sonic
Xbox One,
Frontiers.
and
Oh, the
PS4.
2D one, you mean?
Uh, no, it was a 3D one.
Oh, Sonic Frontiers. Okay, okay.
Frontiers, yeah, that
Yeah,
it did.
Frontiers. I think did well for them. I think.
Yes, I think so. But we got one more story. And this deals with Princess Peach Showtime. Um, she hit the Japanese chart for number one. Japan saw a number of new game releases, including Nintendo's latest title, Princess Peach Showtime, which enters the top 10 charts at number one, securing a total of 77,562 sales. It's a solid start for the game, considering its closest competitor was the critically acclaimed action RPG from Capcom, Dragon's Dogma 2, which managed to sell 68,592, close but not close to love. And everybody, this is just Japan. We also got Dragon Quest X Online coming in at number 4 on Switch and number 7 on PS4, while the PS5's Rise of the Ronin managed to snag third place this week after selling 64,646 copies. So the list goes like this. Number 1, Princess Peach Showtime. Number 2, Dragon's Dogma 2. Number 3, Rise of the Ronin. Number 4, Dragon Quest X Online. Number 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 6, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Number 7, Dragon Quest X Online for PS4. Number 8, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth on PS5. Number 9, Mario vs. Donkey Kong on Switch. And number 10, Minecraft on Switch. So,
Yeah.
and just to let everybody know, Mario Kart 8 in Japan is at 5,758,176, and it sold before that number 9,276 copies. Super
That is
Mario Brothers
crazy.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder is at 1,795,584. It had just sold 8,118 for it. Yeah,
Six
and
6 million copies in Japan is crazy.
yes. And Minecraft on Switch is at 3,476,939 copies.
Yeah. I was gonna say at first this was surprising, but
Mm-hmm.
you look at how much the Switch sells in Japan, man, and any new Switch game like this is gonna sell so well. I'm just like honestly surprised that Dragon Dogma 2 is like underneath Princess Peach. But then you realize that the PlayStation doesn't sell as well as Switch, so it's like yeah, of course Princess Peach is gonna be top of the charts.
Right, and this is and I think that's why, um, and no disrespect to Insomniac, that I know everybody loves Spider-Man 2. It got great
Mhm.
ratings, it did great sales, but um it's not on a continuous
It's not always
list
selling.
like that.
It's not Mario Kart 8.
Right. Like Mario Wonder came out in October last year and it's still on the list of
Yeah,
Famitsu. And they
I'm
report
surprised
like,
Mario vs. Donkey Kong's on here, honestly.
yeah, that one had like 131. So I think that one's gonna take time and stuff. I think
Yeah.
it's because it's like it's one of their little smaller games and everything. So, but yeah, Princess Peach, 77,000, beating out Dragon's Dogma. And it's funny that it only reports the PlayStation 5 version. So that means nothing was done on Xbox. Because
Dude, yeah.
Xbox is
I
not
mean,
thriving
you
on
see
it.
that the Xbox sold like not even 100,000. I mean, they sold very little compared to Switches and PlayStations.
The 2DS is still selling close to the
That's
Xbox. I'm like,
crazy.
wow. It's
People
like,
are buying new DSs in Japan still.
right.
It's crazy to me.
So Microsoft is making money in Japan because of Minecraft. So that's good for them. And me and Corey talked about this. We were just like, man, if Nintendo and Microsoft were able to team up, definitely for their next console for Switch or for Nintendo, they I would definitely love to see their games on it. Put Hi-Fi Rush on there, and if
Mm.
it do gangbusters, then it would showcase that Japanese players are looking for Xbox games, but they just want it on a platform that they prefer and everything. And nothing's wrong with that. Nothing. Good software sales is a good thing for Microsoft. Hardware is whatever that needs to be, but software sales is what Microsoft needs in everything.
Yeah, this also it just shows that people are thirsty for Switch games, right? Like
Yeah.
Princess Peach came out, and Switch owners in Japan are like, this is the one first party game that's coming out for a few months. I'm playing this, while we wait for Paper Mario, which I'm sure is also going to sell like crazy because so many people have not played that game before, and it's amazing. And it's going to get like 10 out of 10s probably
Yes.
because it's incredible.
Yes. Well, everybody, that was it for Fem News. We're gonna get into Pack Watch and talk about the games that are releasing this week. So today for two, Saviorless. Saviorless is a stylish dark fantasy action platform game with beautiful hand-drawn art and animation, featuring two distinctive main characters on the quest to escape from a cursed land known as the Smiling Islands. They have a preview on it on Switch on the eShop at on the coming soon section. Give that game a look. It's only $12.99 when it releases. It looks beautiful. I've never heard of this game, but I've been looking at the trailer. I'm like, ooh, this is gorge. Yes, this needs to be on my Switch. So and then on 4/3, Flight Path Adventures in Veneris comes out. And the story is welcome to Veneris, a small planetary system where an underground criminal organization known only as the Syndicate continuously terrorizes citizens while the corrupt planetary administration is ineffective at bringing the organization down. Three skilled individuals have now decided to take matters into their own hands. Flight Path Adventures of Veneris is a top down vertical shoot 'em up where choices presented in certain stages drastically alter the way the narrative unfolds. With multiple paths, unique content for each pilot you choose, specific tasks to complete, procedurally generated levels, and unpredictable enemy attacks patterns across 10 stages. Flight Path Adventures in Veneris offers a wealth of replay value as you explore its narrative possibilities. And it's only $10. So I'm like, oh yes, I definitely will be having this. I love shoot 'em up games. And then our last game on 4/4, Freedom Planet 2. Return to the vibrant world of Avalis to battle an ancient threat in the long-awaited sequel to the surprise indie action platformer hit Freedom Planet. In the year since the events of the original game, our three heroines have refined their signature abilities, making them more formidable than ever before. Take advantage of Lilac's speed with her Dragon Boost, reach new heights with Carol's Jump Disc, or motorcycle, or take a more measured approach with Malaya's uh Shield. I think I'm saying that name. Or yeah. An all new playable character, Nira, won't be left out in the cold, as she can use her powerful frost arts to punish foes. Like its predecessor, this high speed platform adventure delivers exhilarating momentum based action, but advances the formula with a new gameplay systems and enhancements. Uh, So, those are the three games. Actually, yeah, go check them out on the eShop, everybody. they do have some trailers, and if you are interested in it, you can pick them up on those days. Like I said, for this, that Save Your List comes out on is out today. Flight Path comes out tomorrow on 4/3, and Freedom Planet comes out on Thursday, April 4th. So yeah, check it out. Um, Before we go, Grayson, just a quick little discussion with you because I kind of want to get your what you think about this. So everybody thinks that Xbox is going to come out with a handheld, and uh, people once again are still saying, "Oh, this is going to be competition for Nintendo." Um, how do you feel about that when people just say that when there's a new handheld hardware come out, Switch always going to get the competition and stuff, and it just never seems to be what competition Nintendo's making is still selling systems. Like, what is your thoughts on that?
Ugh. I mean, there's no competition. I hate when people say like, "Oh, this new handheld is going to compete with this." It's like it's not going to compete with the Switch. The PlayStation Portable came out, or whatever it's called. That thing is not competing with the Switch. I can tell you that for now because I have not seen anybody talk about that portable. I don't know what it's called. Is it PlayStation Portable or
Yeah,
something? Yeah, it's like if Xbox is the same thing, it's like great. That's a great way for people to immerse themselves more into Game Pass, right? It's something that I would consider, but probably ultimately I wouldn't buy because I don't really play my Xbox that much. I really only play it for Game Pass these days. Like if there's something that releases on
hmm
Game Pass, I'll pop my Xbox on and check it out. But the Switch is the Switch, and the whatever Xbox comes out with, you're gonna be able to play your Xbox games on it, but you won't be able to play Switch games on it. So it's like I think that's just like the crucial factor here that the Steam Deck doesn't have, that the PlayStation thing doesn't have, that the Xbox Portable doesn't have. Like you just can't play first party Switch games, and I think that's really the reason why people buy Switches, like to play Nintendo games, right? So if you
right,
don't have Nintendo games on there, the Switch is still gonna sell copies. The Switch Two is still gonna hopefully be a success. If Nintendo does like the same thing that the Switch did. Um, yeah, I don't pay no mind to it. I'm not excited for it for an announcement. I don't really care that much. Like I've just started getting involved with the Xbox ecosystem. I'm not looking to add another handheld into my house. You know what I mean? I already have enough stuff. So the Steam Deck is probably the only thing right now at this point that I would consider, just because I've been playing a lot of PC games lately.
hmm
But I usually just like playing. I don't know. I just like to switch for my portable stuff, and I don't really want like another portable system to deal with. If that makes sense.
yeah. It was
There's one more thing to charge.
it was kind of amazing. I actually got to play the Steam Deck at PAX. There's an interview that I was doing, and I got to see the person demo the game to me while watching it, and everything. And I was just like, "Oh, okay, this is the Steam Deck, and it was very big." I'm like, "Ooh, this is a clunky thing. This is like a Game Gear in a sense." Uh, and it was just like when it came to people playing any games at PAX, it was the Nintendo Switch. Everybody had their Switch and was playing games on their Switch. It was amazing to see that.
It's just easy, Like there's so many Steam Deck. There's games on Steam that you can't play on Steam Deck. There's some stuff that just doesn't work. You have to tinker with the settings. It comes with the same baggage that comes with playing games on PC. You just have to troubleshoot constantly. Like there's always gonna be like there might be frame rate issues or like bugs and things. It's like you play a Nintendo game on a Switch, you just know it's gonna work, right? You don't have
Yeah.
to configure any settings. You don't have to get a faster processor, upgrade your hard, whatever. You don't have to do anything. So it's just easy.
Yes. Well, everybody, we didn't get any questions for the show, which is fine. But hopefully we'll get some next time for you guys. We'll definitely have some Nintendo news. It was kind of like slow, but we'll have some Nintendo news. Grayson, thank you so much for joining me for Power Block. Uh, I was so happy that you reached out to me. I'm like, oh, he wants to come on. I'm like, yes.
I need to do more
Anything.
podcasts because I get into these moods where I don't want to do anything and I get lazy. So I think the more often I do them, the easier it becomes to do them, right? So
Yes. Well, go
yeah.
ahead and plug. Where can people find you? Where people can find your work and everything.
Yeah, if you want to follow my work, I do guides at gamerant.com. So you can check that site out if you want really good, helpful walkthroughs and stuff for any big games that have been released. So we have guides for Dragon's Dogma 2, some stuff on Princess Peach Showtime, Helldivers, whatever game you're playing right now, Final Fantasy 7. And then you can follow me on Twitter at Greysun Morales. It's just my first and last name, so pretty easy to find me. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes. And with that, everybody, have a great week. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you next time on Nintendo Power Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.